STEAM lesson. Today, we are going to talk about something very fun, and I hope that you are able to practice. Now, today's activity is going to require you to have internet access. So, hopefully, if you're watching this video, you have internet access and you can participate. As always, if you have any questions, or if you want to share one of your accomplishments with me, I would love to hear from you. I miss you guys so much. So there's my email address, and you can email me, and I would love to be able to respond to you. So today we're going to focus on coding. Now, boys and girls, coding is something that we have practiced for years, ever since that we've started our STEAM program at Flat Rock. And some of you have a lot of experience in coding, and some of you are beginner coders. And the cool thing about today's activity is that all of our students at Flat Rock are going to be able to participate. So our K4 friends, there's going to be something for you to do on the website that we're going to use, all the way up to our robotics team or our fifth grade friends. There's going to be activities for you to use. So let's make sure that we all understand what coding is. Coding is a way that programmers tell something what it needs to do or accomplish. So think about a computer or a robot. A computer or a robot or a drone, or really anything that has a motherboard in it, it doesn't really have a brain. So you and I have brains, and if we wanted to walk up the hallway, our brain would tell our feet what to do. It would make the decisions, and we would just walk there. So a robot, if it needs to move somewhere, doesn't really have a brain. So what a computer programmer needs to do is it needs to give that robot some algorithms. Now, an algorithm is a list of steps that a programmer gives the robot or the computer, and it tells it what to do in which order to do it in. So there are two types of algorithms that we have practiced together at Flat Rock. So the first type is what most of us have practiced together, and it's a drag and drop system, and it's called block coding. And it's kind of like when you hook Legos together and it stacks on top of one another. So that's my favorite kind of algorithm because I understand it a little better. And then the other algorithm, the other program that you will probably see once you get a little older in the middle school and high school and college, you're going to see text programming. Now, text programming and block programming, they tell the robot or the computer to do the same thing. It's just that block coding is not quite as intimidating or scary to look at because you can move it around and manipulate it a little more. So, are you ready to make your own algorithms today? I hope so. Boys and girls, we're going to be using a website called code.org. Now, most of you have used code.org with me. So this is not going to be anything new going through their website. So we're going to go to code.org. Okay, so we have made it to the home screen of code.org, and I wanted to walk you through a little bit of the options that code.org gives you in order to practice making algorithms and practicing your computer programming skills. So what I want you to do is when you get to the code.org homepage, I want you to click on the little Learn tab up there. So when you get to the Learn tab, I want you to scroll down to where it says grades K through 5, and I want you to click on Learn More. Now, my 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders, you're going to be tempted to want to come down here and click on these Hour of Code games, and that's fine. In your free time, if you want to do that to give you a little something extra to do, go for it. But these practice sessions right here help you to become better programmers and to really understand how to create solid algorithms. So when you click on that and you get to this page, it gives you some options. Obviously, if you are a parent and you're working with K4, K5, or first grade, you maybe even second grade, you may want to click on course A or course B. Third, fourth, and fifth, I would suggest that you possibly click on C or D. It does get a little more challenging once you get to course F, but of course, if you want to give it a try and then shoot me an email and tell me how you do, I would love to hear from you. For this demonstration, we're going to work on course B together. And I didn't mention, it does have a place for you to sign in at the top. I don't ever sign in. It lets you use all of the practice sessions without signing in. The advantages to making a login and logging in is that it saves your place each time. So that's just up to you and your family if you want to create yourself an account. So here are all the activities that it gives you within course B. Now, obviously, you're not going to be able to do all these activities at once. It's going to take a little time, and that's up to your parents how long they want you to work on these coding practices. So I want to show you that the ones that are diamonds are little intro videos, and it gives you some hints and it gives you some clues. It's kind of like a teaching tool. So I'm going to skip over the videos right now, and I'm going to go into the practice mode. Now, boys and girls, this space right here is called your workspace. This space at the top gives you your instructions, and it also gives you hints. So if you ever need a hint, if you get stuck on one of the challenges, you can click on that little light bulb and it has hints for you. And then once you create your algorithm in your workspace, you can come over here and click run. So before I get started, I will need to read the directions. It says to get the bird to the pig, snap the E for east block to the bottom of the win run block and then press run. So I want you to listen to hear it click. Did you hear that click? It means that those block coding blocks have been put together. So over here I have my algorithm. When I press run, my bird should move to the east once because I only have one block there. So let's see if my algorithm is efficient or not. So if the bird does not get to the pig, boys and girls, do you remember what that is? It's a bug. That means that you have a bug in your system. And if you have a bug in your system, don't worry. All good programmers usually have to debug their algorithms once or twice. So let's press how we do. Yay! All right. So our algorithm was successful. Once you're successful, you can move on to the next algorithm and try to continue with this. Now, I've really enjoyed doing coding through code.org because it gives me hints and I like that, but it's also very user friendly. So this would be something very good to do if it's a rainy day outside and you can't get outside and play and run. This would be a good idea.